Welcome to today's episode of the King of Real Estate podcast. So I'm joined with Carys, who is one of our really impactful agents in the Tyron Ash International team out here in Dubai. And I think, we have a lot of men, on our content in the business and on the shows. And Carys is one of the most impactful agents and is a female that's probably got to overcome all the challenges that comes with being a female in Dubai real estate, and has done some amazing performances, some of which to mention, she earned over £25,000 last month. So big business being done. So welcome, Carys. So I think let's just kick it off with, a bit about, I guess, before you even come to Dubai, like what was your, growing up like? Where are you from? For people that don't really know, and what was your life like before you come to Dubai?
So I'm from Lincoln, if anyone knows where that is. Do you know where that is?
I think it's, where is that? Is that past Norfolk, is it? It's not, is
it? East Midlands.
Oh, it's
yeah. It's near Nottingham.
Oh, it's far East
Midlands.
Yeah.
So from Lincoln, where no one knows where that is. Little farmland, but I'm not a farmer. Definitely not. So yeah, I grew up in Lincoln. I spent probably the last couple of years before I come to Dubai in Ibiza.
Nice.
Partying.
Got it out your
system.
Did
seasons, yeah. So that was like my early 20s.
Were you one of the people like dragging people into the bars?
A little bit, yeah.
Saying
little
free
bit.
shots?
Yeah. So that was me for a couple of years before. Moved up to Newcastle, met my partner, moved to Newcastle, lived there just before I come to Dubai. It was actually his idea to come to Dubai.
Really? Nice.
His idea.
Nice.
So he got offered a job in real estate. He was like, I'm off to do real estate. I was like, okay, don't let me stop, have fun. He was like, why don't you come with me? So
amazing.
I was like, okay, why not? And then I got here, started real estate, and he started in the cars.
Nice.
Yeah, so
how was your kind of real estate career? Obviously, you've been in business with us at Tyron Ash International for how long has it been now? 6 months? 6
months.
6 months.
5-6
flown
months.
by.
Yeah.
And obviously you worked at one or two places beforehand.
Yeah.
What was that journey like? And I guess what were some of the challenges that you probably had trying to get into real estate and trying to actually start making it work?
So I started with a company I was with for just over a year when I started to feel like it wasn't for me. They never did sort of the social media side of it that you do. It was a small company, even smaller than ours. So there's only probably like 10 agents.
Oh, okay, yeah.
3 being good, let's say.
Yeah.
Sorry to say, guys, if anyone's watching this. So you was restricted to one area as well, I was started on the Palm, which was a bad idea for a brand new person starting with not a lot of support. Went on to do marina rentals, which I smashed, to be fair.
Yeah.
Went on to do marina sales, and then started in the bigger bits like Talal Al Gaff. Not a lot of support, really not a lot of support. And then that's when I thought, right, I'm gonna leave. Didn't do too much research, but knew somebody that worked director there in Eva. Which was a Russian company, so there's only like 2 British people in like 200, which is fine, that's not fine. But I didn't fit in there either. Went there, was there maybe 6 to 8 weeks, and then I didn't know what to do. I was at a point where I was like, I don't know where to go. Didn't know what company to work for, so I went back to where I was working.
Makes sense.
Which ended up shutting down, unfortunately. But so I've sort of grew through the company that I was at originally. Obviously, I had a little bump where I left, but then so I went back to my old company, and that's when I thought people started to leave. Didn't really have much support. We started to kind of do campaigns, but they never worked, and things just didn't fall into place.
I think that's a lot of I see that a lot in real estate, where a lot of companies, they promise brokers, we're going to get the best leads. I know, I've done this, by the way. I was spending like £3,000-4,000 a week on like lead generating and all this sort of stuff through ads. And they generate the worst leads possible, because really serious investors, serious buyers, serious sellers, they're not really trolling through like Facebook ads and this, that and the other, and it's just a bit of, you might get the odd one, don't get me wrong. And I think that's where we kind of really double down on like building a personal brand, because then it allows you to actually build a relationship with your audience, your credibility, and then of course people will list and sell and buy with you and all this sort of stuff. So with regards to like, obviously you had a great month last month, you know, £25,000 is effectively the average salary in the UK.
Yeah.
So that's a good achievement, right?
Yeah, very happy.
So how do you kind of feel the journey's taken you from sort of maybe times in the previous real estate companies where you weren't really, it wasn't really working, and what do you think's changed, and what do you think's allowed you to start earning this sort of money now?
First, I think the motivation.
Yeah.
I really lacked motivation where I was. You didn't have the support that we've got here, the masterclasses, the training, like the ongoing support. That was never there. You're sort of left on your own to do your own cold calls, to do your listing. You're in the office 9 till 6 hours every day.
That's pretty long.
Left to your own devices, and you sort of think like, obviously you've got to have your own motivation for yourself.
Of course, yeah, you have to be self-driven,
Yeah, without that, obviously you're not going anywhere anyway. But then I come here, I don't know, it was definitely the support, having like-minded people around me as well. The billers, you see someone billing and you're like, I need that.
It can happen.
I want that. We weren't doing a lot of money at the old company, and then then come here, you see how much everyone's making, and you want a slice of the cake. Of course, you do.
Oh, absolutely. I think that the one thing you'll probably see as well is like we really protect our culture. So that's one of the things we're so big on, is because I feel like a lot of companies, I see it, they have like 200, 300, 400, 500 agents, but it's 10% of the agents that are actually making the revenue for the company. So for me, I just don't agree with it. I just don't want to, I mean, we could have had 1,000 agents at our business. The amount of applications we had,
what's the point?
They were coming in and out because they were just wrong for the business. And of course it has a detrimental effect to other people in the business. Because if you're someone who's like on the way up and you're maybe learning real estate, you're starting to make your calls, you're starting to put out your social media content, and then what will happen is naturally in an office, you'll start making friends with the other new people that started at the same time.
Exactly, yeah.
So you'll start socializing. Now out of that group, let's call it a demographic of 8 to 10 people.
Yeah.
Out of those 8 to 10 people, one of them may become a biller, right? On law of averages, right? So when you're talking about that, that means you've got 8 to 9 people that can potentially negatively influence your progress in that business. So if you then start buddying up with the other person who's sick of making cold calls, doesn't want to do the social media content, doesn't think it works, starts hearing that another company can offer them this, another company can offer them that, what happens is this becomes like a snowball effect, and then it just drags people down. And people who are getting into real estate need to understand that there just isn't a shortcut. Like if you see all these monumental billers, people earning 30, 40, 50, £100,000 a month, you ask those people directly, where are they getting their business from? I tell you now, it's not from company leads. It's not from any of that stuff that companies think they're offering you to make it a better job for you. It's from building their network, putting out their content, making proper connections.
Referrals, connections.
Referrals,
relationships.
Repeat business, referrals. And this is where people make massive money, is that they get that. And that takes time. That doesn't happen overnight. And people job jumping to different companies, they just may as well save their money and fly home. It's so much easier. So obviously you're helping all the newer people in the business as well. You know, training them, supporting them, giving them the guidance. You've probably seen many people as well in the companies you've been in, and obviously even, you know, at Tyron Ash, come and go. What do you think has been the main, or some of the main factors, and maybe some advice that you could potentially give somebody who's trying to make it in real estate at the start, to just help them actually get there rather than being part of the 80–90% failure rate?
So I would always say, keep your focus. It's so easy to feel like you're falling off the wagon because a deal's fell through or, you know, something's not gone your way. It's so easy for someone to lose motivation and think, oh God, I can't do this. I need a salary job, or I can't carry on like this. But you've just got to push past it. There's always going to be something bigger coming along, let's say. So something better coming along. So just don't lose that focus. And when you think like, when you feel like giving up, just don't give up. Keep going, because everyone's in the same boat. Everyone starts somewhere, and the people that have got where they are is because they've kept going, not because they've quit or I need to go to a different company, but they've just
persisted with it.
That's
persisted is the word. Absolutely. No, I think it's great advice. You know, what I find in society now is that a lot of people, because it's very social media driven, everyone's after a like, a comment, some quick fire gratification. But real estate, it's not double glazing sales. It's a long game. It requires nurturing, building relationships. It requires getting 7, 10, 8, 100 phones put down, doors slammed before you get that bit of business that then leads you to 3 or 4 other pieces of business. It's like there's all these things that people just don't quantify when they're making the trip over.
Yeah.
One of the things that comes up a lot in conversation is people's lifestyle choices. How do you think people's decision making with their lifestyle choices, especially in Dubai where there's so many distractions, how does that affect your success getting off the ground in real estate?
To be honest, when I first got here, I quit vape, I quit drink, I quit everything for 6 months.
Wow.
6 months, I didn't touch anything, and I thought I'd come here to work.
Yeah.
This is my focus, and I'm not saying everyone do that for 6 months.
No.
But just know where your priorities lie, because it's easy for you to think, oh, I can go to the beach club this weekend, I can go get these. As a girl, obviously you get a lot of freebies. It's easy to go out every night and take on board what you get given. But just be mindful of what you do. And obviously when I first started, I had to go to the office 9 till 6 every day till 7 one night, and Saturday I was the only person for maybe 3 months in the office on a Saturday.
Wow.
Because it was like, those people that haven't done anything that are new, you need to go in the office on a Saturday. And at that point, it was just me. So I would be in the office on a Saturday, and I wouldn't mind, because what else do you have to do when you first get to the job?
So for me, I couldn't agree more. Because when you come to Dubai, the one thing is, I just going from my own experience, like the plane lands, you see skyscrapers, you see branding, you see advertising, you see the whole. It's like a GTA city. It's nuts. Like even when I first landed, I just couldn't. Sometimes even now, like I'll be driving, and I'll turn the road going towards downtown, and the entire like downtown skylines there with and I'm just thinking, am I actually driving here? Is this like a video game or something? It's nuts. So like, what I'm getting at is the bright lights of Dubai grab people, and they
don't
really
be sucked into the lifestyle.
It's true. It takes serious discipline, because of course, there's always another beach club. There's always another DJ coming to town. There's always another nightclub. There's always another bar. There's always another brunch. There's always something going on. Don't worry, you're not going to miss out. Is basically my advice to people, because what's a lot more fun when you're doing this stuff is when you've got loads of money in your bank. Because
it's the reward.
We're not saying. And I'm sure you're not either. Like, you're not saying to someone, don't have a social life, but just rein it in while you get your money up, while you learn the job, while you're actually, because also the other thing is, even if you're going out for free drinks 3-4 nights a week, what that does to your mentality, your mental state, having a bit of a hangover all the time, being a bit sluggish, eating junk food because you feel a bit rough, all this stuff destroys your mindset, absolutely destroys your mindset. And of course, when you have to make those phone calls, it's 10 times harder. And when you need to meet with that client, close the business, get a deal done, all this sort of stuff, when you're absolutely kind of vibrating at a really high level, you feel high energy, you feel very clear, very transparent focus, you can do anything. And when you're bogged down with crap, you're getting out of bed late, you're doing all this sort of stuff, it just ruins it, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly that.
So with regards to what you see 2025 for yourself, have you got any kind of goals that you've set for yourself that you want to hit?
Yeah, I'd like to do more off-plan, which obviously will come off the back of social media.
Yeah, I know you tied a couple up, so
my old company, you got the opportunity to do it, but I was always like, my biggest concern was, where are my clients coming from? I haven't got a client here, so why am I going to all these briefings and learning about all these projects? I'm like, who am I selling them to? So I started to focus on secondary, which is obviously where I'm at now, but now I'm learning more about off-plan, doing the social media. I want to do loads more off-plan, so my goal is to maybe 50-50 off-plan secondary. Good. Because obviously that's where the money's at. Off-plan is where the money's at, so.
Oh, 100%. I think I've seen it frequently, is that Dubai is a sucker for numbers. So I see big numbers being thrown around in the secondary market where someone's done 100 million, 2 million, 500 million. And I'm like, we've been involved in some of these deals, right? I can just tell you, for any Dubai agents that are listening, that actually look at some people and think, oh my God, those numbers are absolutely out of this world. Just understand that most of the vendors aren't paying a fee. And most of the deals are split between 2, 3 and 4 brokers. And if they're split from different companies, that means that they're slicing it again, because the company's taking some, the broker's taking some. And if there's an intermediary broker, or sometimes 2 intermediary brokers because it's a massive deal, just understand that I've seen some of these deals where they look massive on paper and then they're only walking away with like £20,000, £30,000. And I'm not saying they're all like that. What I'm saying is, with a lot of the off-plan stuff we're doing, you know, our fees are 5%, and you know, we're doing a lot of business to actually make sure that, first of all, the client's getting the best deal. Secondly, they're making the most money, and of course, they're going to get the best rental yields. But of course, all that time, preparation, planning, data research, all this stuff that we do, it's a very lucrative business. So when it comes to like your own time, what sort of stuff do you like to do when you are letting your hair down a bit?
On the odd occasion, you'll see me at a brunch. Maybe. What
would you say is like your best brunches that you can go to? I haven't actually been to one yet.
Never been to a brunch?
No, I
Come on.
haven't. Oh, I think I went to one at Eva. I went there on a Saturday once. Yeah. That was ages ago though.
I prefer like a little night brunch, like Asia. They do some good food.
Good one, do they?
Yeah, Business Bay one's good.
Nice.
Do buy one get one free as well.
Do they?
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. So there you go. Asia. You got a free.
There you go. There's some good zoos actually.
Oh, nice.
If you're not drinking, there's some good zoos in Dubai.
Yeah, I think there's those ones where you can actually pet the animals as well.
Yeah, pay to go on with little lions and that.
Yeah, that looks crazy. That does.
Not drugged, so that's good. Yeah, brunches are good. Kite Beach, I like to chill on Kite Beach.
Kite Beach is really nice. I think when you kind of for people who want to go for a run, or if you just want to sit and have a coffee, go for a dip in the sea, it's really, really nice. And finally, how do you feel like working at Tyron Ash International has actually, I guess, helped your career and I guess your own sort of situation?
So, firstly, my happiness, to be fair. I wasn't happy where I was. I'd left the company, went to a different company, went back to the company, felt stuck. Yeah. Felt like I didn't know where I belonged. And then I come here and it's like, I wake up and enjoy what I'm doing. Yeah. So there's always that. And also my career, I haven't made these numbers before in what I'm doing. Obviously I'm a couple of years in now, but coming here, having the support, having big billers around me, you've got to have some, like these people around you to...
This competition.
You can't see them making money and think,
I think what's quite nice as well, and I know we really sort of instill the culture, is that like, I don't like there to be arrogance. So like, for example, if someone's done £80,000 in a month, they shouldn't be walking around like they're better than everyone. They need to help everyone. And I insist that they are involved in the training. They're telling people what works. Effectively, it's all about, I'm a massive believer that success always leaves clues. And if a broker is doing something that's getting exceptional results, it helps him or her and everyone else around if everything is shared, because the more business we all do as a company, the more reputable we grow. And the good news is we've got a massive, I guess, proof of concept with regards to the UK already. We're doing huge numbers sort of nationally in the UK. So it's a matter of time before Dubai gets to that level. When I look at the fact we've been going for about just over 1 year, it's absolutely crazy. We're doing some massive numbers now. And I think people are really starting to realise that we're not here to mess around, but we are very specific with the type of people we want, the culture. Definitely. And of course, we've got the new office opening, which I think is going to help us a lot as a business as
100%, yeah. And also, just everyone's so helpful to each other. You can call anyone, any of the senior partners. Yeah. The newbies know that they can call, you know, absolutely anyone. They've got that support.
100%. Well, look, thanks for joining me today. It was a real pleasure, and it's going to be a big year ahead for us. Thanks for listening, guys. So please just click like and of course subscribe, and we'll be bringing you episodes and riveting content every single week.